Hi guys, I had my first tournament last night. I had an amazing time, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to make a video and let you guys know how it went. Okay, so I've set up a little slideshow of some pictures that were taken by Ben and other Ben, two of the guys who are involved. One of the Bens runs the Bad Dice podcast. He does the daily AoS podcast. I'll put a link down in the description to that. So I went to a tournament. It was a mini tournament, 700 points, 3 games in one evening at the Derby Wargame Society. Absolute blast. Everyone there, so nice. It was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. So basically, wanted to take you through how the games went and how I fared. So the games that we played were using the open war cards. Now, each table had a different set of 3 placed down on the table. And then when you had your matchup, you went across, picked them up, and basically played out what the cards determined. Which had some interesting consequences, to be honest. Now, I'm not the most experienced Age of Sigmar player, but I think it was very different to what you normally expect in the pitched battle plans. So, start off, I had my first game against a fella called Steve, really nice guy. He made all the terrain for as far as I understand it, he made all, or if not most, if not all of the terrain at the event, which you're seeing on your screen at the moment. Absolutely beautiful stuff. He was playing Slaves of Darkness, and it was basically chariots. I think it was 5 chariots and then 1 big gribbly that I'm not entirely sure of the name of. But let's just say the open war cards betrayed me on this one. So I essentially had 2 bottom corners to deploy in, and he had the majority of the board, including where 2 of the 3 objectives were placed. So straight from the off, he had both objectives, and there was no way I was going to get through his guys, not with those big chariots and the big fella. It didn't help with the list I took, which I'll go through at the end of talking about these games, to be honest. So safe to say, I lost that one on points and also on kill points. Next game I played against Simon. He was running the court, the death army, Flesh Eater Court. There we go, Flesh Eater Court. So basically, the objective of that game was all-out brawl, which was pretty fun. There was a little circle in the middle where we couldn't be. Other than that, we had 2 quarters. I was in one quarter, Simon was in the opposite quarter, and we just went at it. He underestimated what the plague rats were capable of, as most people do on the first time they face them, or at least if they've got very little experience with them. And I destroyed his mortis engine turn 1 before he got a chance to do anything. So that was pretty cool. I thought at that point things were going my way, before he then proceeded to use, I think they were Vargheists. He had maybe 7 of them, and they just basically chewed through the rest of my rats, which was pretty fun to watch. And I lost on the number of wounds. All that remained, in fact, on both of the 2 first games, all I had left was the furnace. So yeah, nobody seemed to concentrate any fire on the furnace, so it survived. It's usually the first thing to go down on the games that I play. Right, last game was against Graham. Again, awesome guy, Seraphon. He played. Now he won the best painted army, and to be honest, it was absolutely beautiful. He actually wasn't all that happy with the way the army played. He said he just saw it as a hobby challenge and went for it, which I think is commendable. And we basically were duking it out. We had a scenario where we had to try and destroy each other's objectives, 3 each, and let's just say we didn't destroy any of each other's objectives. We ended up in a bit of a slap fest in the middle, and yeah, I snuck in a minor win there just from killing lots of things. Yeah, so my army, my list that I actually took a battalion. I think I was the only person at the competition who took a battalion, excuse me, which was a really bad idea. 160-point battalion in a 700-point game was a really bad idea. Let me just bring the camera up here. So it turns out that not having enough rats on the table is a massive mistake, and for the price of that battalion I could have taken a Plague Claw, So I had some ranged attacks. I could have taken 20 to 30 more rats, and it would have been a completely different experience. As it stood, I came second from bottom, which I don't really mind, to be honest. First tournament, really enjoyed it, met some awesome guys. But the rats didn't fare well. In fact, the 3 bottom players were playing Skaven. So that just tells you how the Skaven are doing in this edition. Right. Yeah, so I took the battalion, which was the Plague Smog battalion, which requires having 2 units of the Censer Bearers and a furnace. So they were all in one battalion. Then I took 10 monks. Now 10 monks were purely there as a little bit of backup killing power, because let's be honest, they can hit really hard. But if they're within 13 inches of the Censer Bearers, they give them re-rolling hits and all sorts of shenanigans, re-rolling bravery, that sort of thing. So they were there basically to buff them up, and so was the chariot, the furnace. The furnace was there to basically put out rabid fever every turn, which is that prayer where if your rats get killed, they attack back. Simple as that. I think I did more damage using rabid fever than actually hitting things in the assault phase in combat. So yeah, it's safe to say it did not go well. But at 700 points, I shouldn't have taken battalion. I know I was taking a risk, but I just wanted to see how it go, to be honest. I really wanted to just keep the army fairly small, because I know I only had an hour a game. If I had too many rats, it would have taken far too long, and I don't think I would have enjoyed it. I think my opponent would have enjoyed it. So there is that. Right, last thing I wanted to talk about before I end this video is this little fella. So you guys saw me building this one, converting the little segways on, and painting them up in recent videos. If you haven't seen those, go through the library. They're just a couple of videos back. He is now pointless. He's just completely ridiculous. I don't mean pointless as in doesn't cost any points. That would be awesome. He's no longer fit for purpose. The compendiums had an absolute thrashing in the new release. This fella, not only did he lose his banner, which I was hoping to use to make the Plague Claws a lot more powerful, but he also lost his faction keyword. So I can't even ally him anyway. So my plans for what I was going to use for allies went completely out the window. This guy is now complete trash. I guess he can look nice on my shelf. I'm never going to actually put him on the table because, let's be honest, I can't. So there is that. Not unless I buy myself some clan rats. Right then, I think that's all I wanted to cover. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know what I've been up to. I haven't made many videos recently because of obviously the new arrival and feeling quite tired. But yeah, I had such a lot of fun last night that I just needed to get it out there, and I thought I'd make a video for you guys. Right then. I post up some pictures, the pictures you've seen in this, probably on the Instagram, maybe on these two here. I might even do a little write-up for the website that I neglect week on week, but we'll see. Right then, thank you very much for watching. Keep up with me in between videos, like I say, over here. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Stay well, guys.